Boom. Welcome new members to Meditation and Mindfulness. I'm your admin, Rob Zaremba, meditation coach, meditation teacher. Been a student of meditation myself for over 30 years, and I'm here to share and inspire all of my experience and knowledge to share with you. So we are on day 28 of the 30 days of meditation. This is a meditation challenge that we do periodically here in the group as a way to get you motivated and get you meditating every day. Because from my own experience, I've found that meditating every day is truly the way in order to progress in meditation. And let's face it, you're here to learn about meditation. You're here to be inspired to meditate. You're here to learn different ways to meditate, to stick to your practice. Whatever it may be, we're all here for the same purpose. And that's to share our experience with meditation, to learn new things about meditation, and to inspire and motivate each other. So when I began the group about 3 years ago, it was originally just a 30-day meditation challenge Facebook group that I wanted to gather together friends and family in order to, start a 30-day meditation challenge. Because again, I believed that it really takes meditating every single day to develop that daily discipline in order to get the results that we're looking for. And let's face it, there are many different schools of thought about this. But I've thought about this for a long time, and here's what I have to say about it, is that we want results from our meditation practice. We want benefits. We want changes. We want improvements in our life, within our mind. We want to get rid of this negative thought. We want to get rid of this typical narration that doesn't seem to stop, this incessant self-chatter. I mean, it's annoying, right? And so we learn about meditation, we learn about mindfulness, we learn about the many ways that we can kind of get through this thicket, this jungle of thought that this mind kind of just incessantly likes to meander with. And so there are so many meditation styles and techniques out there. The style that I like and that I've done for the majority of my meditation years is called single-pointed mind. It's involving concentration that moves to a meditation that moves beyond to a surrender to self, to consciousness, to light, to enlightenment. And it's a step-by-step process. I call it the 5 steps to stillness, and it's involving a step 1, open-eyed gazing, where we look with our eyes on a single point and hold our focus and concentration on that point. This warms up the concentration, gets us out of whatever mind state we're in, which, let's face it, it's typically self-chatter, this typical mundane mind state that we're in all the time, narrating our lives away. Gets us out of that. Moving to step 2, we move into the chakras, the mystical chakras. There are 7 primary chakras. We focus on 3 here in the 5 steps to stillness, beginning with the navel chakra, then moving to the heart chakra, and finishing off with the 3rd eye. Now, those are steps 2, 3, and 4. Step 5 is a surrender, complete letting go into the stillness that we've developed. So there are 5 steps to stillness, progressing ever more so into a stillness that is wonderful. It's a stillness that is stilling the part of ourselves that's in the way. You know, we began this meditation journey for a reason. We wanted to learn about maybe the deeper parts of ourselves, learn about our minds, discover the truth within, or what have you. For whatever reason that you started meditating, it doesn't matter, because the truth is that we all started for the same reason, is that we're dissatisfied. We're either dissatisfied with the current state of mind that we have, we're dissatisfied with our experiences in life, and this dissatisfaction has led us to try new things. And we try meditation, and we sit down, and we've been told maybe to focus on our breath or observe the mind, and whatever technique that you were shown or given to begin with, you try it out. You sit down, and you're just overwhelmed by the confluence of thoughts that are just incessant. You start to observe the thought for a moment, and then another thought comes, and another thought comes, and they just keep coming, and you can't stop them. And then you get frustrated, and you give up this meditation thing. I understand. This is a very typical beginner experience. And this is why I must say that meditation is a discipline. It involves dedication. You have to dedicate yourself for a certain amount of time before you can really expect consistent results from your meditation. Which is why I do the 30-day challenges, because when you sit down and meditate for 30 days, no matter what, you will definitely get some results. It might take a couple days, it might take a couple weeks, but you will definitely start to see results, especially when you take the 5 steps to stillness practice into account. Because when you develop your concentration, you're developing a muscle that perhaps hadn't been worked out for a long time before. And once you start to develop the strength of your concentration, you will see that it overlaps into all areas of your life, that it involves all areas of your life, and you begin to have more meditative experiences when you're out in the world. And this is where we practice what's called mindfulness. So, the dual practice of meditation and mindfulness involves your daily seated meditation practice, where we either focus on an object, we let go, or whatever meditation style that you're doing. And then we take that higher state of consciousness that we've gained from that meditation practice into our mindfulness practice when we're out in the world, when we're at work, when we're active, when we're at school, when we're at play, when we're just running to the store to get groceries. To maintain that higher state of consciousness is the key to mindfulness practice. And it all starts and begins right here with your meditation training. And it is a training. We have to train ourselves. Just like going to the gym, we train our mind, we train our muscles, we train our bodies to get stronger, to get more fit, to have more endurance. If we have a goal of losing fat, if we have a goal of gaining muscle, there's a certain step-by-step pragmatic way in order to achieve that. It's no different in meditation. And I take a very athletic approach to meditation. You could call me the meditation personal trainer. And you too can get ripped 6-pack abs in just 6 weeks. Hey Jessica. Jessica says, thank you for explaining. I am very new to this. Jessica, welcome. Welcome to the group. Welcome to all new members in the group. And so what I'm doing here is day 28 of a 30-day meditation challenge. It's been a great challenge. I've challenged myself in this meditation challenge. And it hasn't always been easy because I challenged myself to meditate twice a day, which normally I meditate once a day. I meditate in the morning for about 30 minutes each day, which I've gotten to a good habit of over the last few years. And, like I said, I've been meditating on and off for about 30 years. I started when I was young. I've learned various techniques over the years. And just like anyone, their motivation wanes and waxes. It goes in and out. And this is completely normal. And again, this is why I started the group 3 years ago, to get people involved in a daily meditation practice by challenging them with these 30-day meditation challenges. Now, this time around, it was a good challenge. We're on day 28, and this time around, I called it 30 days of meditation rather than a 30-day meditation challenge because I felt it was a little less confrontational. Sometimes when people hear the word challenge, they immediately, they immediately recoil and say, oh, I don't want to be challenged, man. So it's just 30 days of meditation. I've been meditating for 30 days in the group, 28 days here live each day on video. And I also started a group coaching program which corresponded with the 30 days of training. And my students in the group coaching program have gotten tremendous results. My hats are off to them. They did a great job. My group coaching program will continue. I'll have a new format. It'll probably be somewhat of a membership group where it's a reoccurring coaching program. that involves the 5 steps to stillness, where, we'll be going over the technique, we'll be coaching you through the technique, and we'll be doing weekly conference calls with some guided meditations to keep you going, keep you motivated, keep you inspired. Because if it's the one thing I can say that we need, it's inspiration in this world. Because this world is such an awesome world, with a lot of awesome stuff to get you distracted from your meditation practice. And the world has a certain amount of gravity. Crowds have a certain amount of gravity. Groups have a certain amount of gravity. Meaning there's an attraction to want to join in with what everyone's doing. Which is why, in the past, monks or a true aspirant that is dedicated to meditation, enlightenment, the path of self-discovery, would go to a monastery, because they knew that there was a power in the group, and to get away from the world, and maybe just for a while, was an important step. Well, most of us don't necessarily have that inclination in the world today. We live in a modern world. We live in the comforts of a home. We have, heating, cooling, running water, showers. We go to the grocery store to buy food. We have jobs that we may or may not like. But the system works. And for the majority of us, it would just, not be realistic to go run off to a monastery and become a Buddhist monk. Although I'm sure some of you have had some fantasies. But my recommendation is to live in the world, but not of it. Well, heck, live in the world and of it. Just meditate really well each day, and you'll be fine. Because you'll notice that when you meditate really well each day, meaning you push it hard. It's no different than a workout. What you put in is what you get out. If you put more energy in, you will get more results. It's like a rocket blasting off. How much energy is expelled at the beginning will determine how high that rocket goes, will determine how easily it gets out of the gravitational pull of Earth, if you will. So there's a gravitational pull of the material world. There's a gravitational pull of the world, which is the world of illusion, the world of samsara. You see, in Buddhist terminology, we know that there is realities that are more real, and there are illusory worlds which are, they're reflections, but they're not quite accurate. And many of us walk around in a world that is it seems real. And I know there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of tragedy, there's also a lot of comedy, there's also a lot of beauty in the world. The world has always been like this. War and peace, life and death, tragedy and comedy, happiness and sorrow. This is simply the nature of the place you're in. This world is not a utopia, and chances are it will never be a utopia. But you know what can be a utopia? Your own world, your own mind. You are the only one who can get you out. And by getting out, I mean getting out of the mundane mindset. Because it's simply the mundane, the day-to-day, the worldly mindset, which constantly wants to keep you in a state of anxiety, in a state of panic, in a state of fear. If you've watched the news lately, you're pulled in every single direction, whether it's the latest virus, whether it's the latest war, whether it's the latest tragedy that's unfolding, or the latest conspiracy. There's always something going on in this world. And the wisdom says that, well, if that's the case, then maybe I can turn away and do something different. And by doing something different for ourselves, we in fact enhance the world in which we live. Because let's face it, if everyone's running around with like a chicken with their head cut off in a panic, is that really going to add anything to the world? Or at this time, more than ever, do we need way showers? Do we need people who can stay cool, stay calm, even under pressure? And this is what meditation can give you. The calm, the equilibrium, the state of mind that rises above the fog. The development of power, of strength, of will, and determination that will get you through even the toughest of times. This is what meditation can do for you. This is what meditation has done for me. And this is what I would love more than anything else to share. And this is why we're here. So let's get to the meditation, shall we? Day 28, folks. Just 2 more days of my face here in the group. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. You know, sometimes you wake up and there are days when you're just in a fog. What do you do on those days? But you still got to meditate, right? Well, there's a number of different things. What you got to do is you got to get that fire going. You got to get the fire going, the fire of transformation. What does that mean? You got to breathe. Without air, there's no fire. Okay? So, a little bit of breath work before we get started today. We want to kindle that flame. We want to get the fire going because fire is the element of transformation. Remember that. Without fire, nothing changes. There's no energy, there's no power. So we begin with some deep breaths. We want to inhale in the nose, exhale in the mouth. We want to inhale in the belly to begin. Ready with me. You can put your hands on your belly to feel this. This is typical diaphragmatic type of breathing. And exhale first. Inhale. It also unclogs any nasal blockages, which is important. Exhale fully. Now I'm adding a couple different steps to this. I'm going to inhale in my belly, in the diaphragm first. Keep inhaling in the upper chest and finish off by squeezing the last bit of breath into my head. Check it out. Oh, that's good stuff. And it should feel good. You should stretch your lungs out every day, my friends. Get that oxygen to the brain. A couple more. It's called the wave breath. And it massages all the internal organs, gets that chi moving. Very nice. And last but least, give yourself a good little neck massage. Make sure get all the kinks out, all the cracks. Oftentimes when I'm meditating, I'll do a little bit of a spinal adjustment because I notice that when I meditate, it's almost like I reset my structure and I can give myself almost like a little minor chiropractic adjustment. Very subtle. Not recommended unless you know what you're doing, of course. So there we are. We got some energy going. We've done a couple deep breaths. Second thing you want to do on a day that you wake up in a fog, do a few mantras before you get started. The mantra Om, spelled A-U-M, sounds a little bit like this. Almost like a bell ringing. You want to feel the vibration throughout the body. You want to listen deeply. You want to focus on the mantra. And this will be sort of a pre-warm-up to the warm-up we do with the yantra. And we'll begin the meditation momentarily. Let's do a few more mantra Oms. Here we go. Now that we've done our pre-warm-up, broken through the fog, it's time to meditate. Here we go. 5 steps to stillness. I encourage you to watch the video if you're not in a place where you have the time to watch the current video now live, because it will be about a 35-minute meditation. What I recommend is coming back and then going through the video in fast forward. Kind of check it out now, check it out 1/4, halfway, 3/4, and then at the end, to see what kind of changes you notice from someone who's actually doing the 5 steps to stillness. So here we go. Some things you should see is me getting progressively still. At the beginning there might be some fidgeting, some settling going on for the first few minutes. It's completely normal and natural. It's okay to adjust your posture. It's okay to take a deep breath when you feel it's necessary, because there will be a lot of purification that goes on at the beginning. Such a feeling of peace, such a feeling of stillness, of release, of letting go. So, it's worth it, my friends. It's worth it. It's worth it. No matter what state of mind you begin in, if you go through the steps to stillness, it's there. It's always there. It's just a matter of getting out of the way. From concentration to consciousness. Now, just a side note, today if you saw me kind of rubbing something on my chakras, I was using an essential oil. This is rosemary oil. You could use peppermint oil, lemon oil, patchouli, whatever you like. Just as a way to kind of stimulate the spot and bring my attention to that area a little more easily. Just a little tip or trick that I could recommend. So you take a little oil and just dab it on the spot, and it's much easier to concentrate on that area. Alright, well there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below or send me a direct message right here on Facebook, and I'll be glad to help you out. Take care. We'll see you soon.